of open up by, almost a year into your first year as governor, kind of how's that been for you?
It's been incredible. I'm just so honored, so grateful to the people of North Carolina for giving me this opportunity to serve as their governor. It's just, there's so many things you can do to try to move the state forward. And I firmly believe that where you come from in your life shouldn't limit how far you can go. That wherever you live, you should be able to achieve your success, your dream, whether it's a small business or a good job. And to be able to focus on those issues and make an impact is so rewarding. We had the best job year in North Carolina history. We announced 34,000 jobs, $23 billion in capital investment. A lot of those were in Eastern North Carolina, about 1,400 of those jobs in Eastern North Carolina. And these are good paying jobs that will support a family and give a career path. So just to be able to do things like that, it's so rewarding.
Yeah. You talk a little bit about the jobs and the economy, but any other big accomplishments that kind of stand out to you from this year?
Yeah, keeping North Carolina moving forward, trying to expand economic opportunity across the state. The fact that North Carolina is the top state for business, named #1 in the country for 2025, and that we had this great jobs year, the best year we've ever had, 34,000 jobs. Those are all great things. We just need to keep moving forward, keeping our eye on the prize. Don't let up, stay on our toes. Another thing I'm real proud of is the way we've worked together as a team to help Western North Carolina recover. Western North Carolina took it on its chin unbelievably after Hurricane Helene, 108 lost lives, $60 billion in damages. And so we have tried to match the grit of the people of Western North Carolina. When you're out there, it's so inspiring to see these business owners who've been muck and mud out of their stores, to have them reopen, and you want them to succeed. So I'm encouraging folks, if you have an opportunity, take a couple days over the holidays, go out to Western North Carolina, go to some town you've never been to, Bryson City, and spend a lot of money because you'll have a great time, but you'll also be helping those folks recover. And the fact that we couldn't have done those things, whether it's the economic development or Western North Carolina recovery, if we haven't been doing it as a team. I talk about Team North Carolina, and that includes the General Assembly, it includes the Council of State, and it includes my cabinet, my administration. Yeah. So we're all trying to work together as best we can to help the people of North Carolina.
For sure. And you can't have all of that without some challenges as well along the way. Could you mention those, and then maybe in that, the redistricting battle has kind of impacted Eastern North Carolina a lot, maybe just to tie that in as well?
Yeah, I mean, definitely there have been frustrations. The fact that this General Assembly is the only legislature in the country, only one in this entire country that hasn't passed a budget. That has real consequences on people's daily lives. We're not paying our teachers enough. We're not paying our law enforcement enough. We're not paying our public servants enough. We're not committing to pay for people's health care enough, which puts at risk the entire healthcare system. So there are real consequences to not having a budget. The fact that when they came back and could have fully funded Medicaid and passed a budget, that they then chose to redistrict again. Understand, they redistricted last session and took our 7-7 congressional delegation, which that makes sense in a 50-50 state, 7-7. They made it 10-4. Don Davis represented a district near Greenville and worked hard and won a very competitive election, but he won it. They're trying to take away the right of the people of that district to elect the representative they want by drawing it in such ways it makes it really hard for him to win. I think he can still win, don't get me wrong, but to try to rig the game to determine for the people of Greenville who their representative should be, that's offensive. And it's wrong, particularly when they're not doing their basic job of passing a budget.
And you also mentioned Medicaid and rural health care. We have a lot of rural communities in Eastern North Carolina. How do you think that impacts just those everyday North Carolinians?
People don't appreciate just how important Medicaid is to the foundation of healthcare system delivery generally. So you don't even have to be on Medicaid for it to affect you, because in some counties, more than half the people in that county can be on Medicaid. And that is particularly true in rural counties, particularly true in Eastern North Carolina. So if those folks don't get enough compensation, the providers, to serve that community, then some of them are going to lay off staff. Some of them are going to have to close their doors. When that happens, It's not only the Medicaid patients they have who suffer, it's the people who have their own private insurance who will suffer, because what good is insurance if there's not a healthcare provider to offer you the care that you need?
Yeah. And with all that in mind, how do you take all of this and move forward into 2026? What are the goals and what's it looking like moving forward?
The work never stops. There's so much more work to do. We want to continue to bring economic opportunity across North Carolina. So we had the best year ever this year. We're going to try to match it. Even if we can't match it, we want to have a great year of economic opportunity for people across the state. We have to pass a budget. We have to pass a budget. Our school teachers are among the lowest paid in the entire country, 48th in the country. We have the lowest starting teacher pay of any state the border us, the second lowest in the entire Southeast. It's just wrong. We do not pay our law enforcement enough. We need to reward the folks who are brave enough to go take that job on to keep us safe. So making sure we pass a budget. And then continuing to execute on the things that matter, whether it's Hurricane Helene relief. That work's going to take 2, 3, 4 years. It's not done in the first year. Improving the DMV. We've made real progress this year in partnership with the General Assembly. But we have more work to do, and we are going to stay focused on that. It's about execution.
Yeah. Reflecting on this year, is there a favorite moment that you had?
There are a few.
Okay.
There was the moment in Mill Spring when I visited the new home of Sherry Logan. She was the first person to get a home that had been repaired or fixed. She actually got a new home. It was a manufactured home. Her home was totally wiped out because of Hurricane Helene. And to know that my team worked hard. We were the first state to submit our plan to the government. We were the first state to have it approved. We were faster than any other state impacted by Helene, faster than any state after a major hurricane in the last decade. So to be there with Sherry and her family, it was a pretty awesome feeling. Another happy moment, just because I want to claim two, because there's been a year full of happy moments, was when we discovered that our medical debt relief program, this is where we worked in partnership with our state's hospitals to wipe out the debt of people who could not afford it based on their income. And we thought it was going to have a big impact. We did not know 2.5 million North Carolinians were going to have $6.5 billion of debt just wiped away, so that they no longer are carrying that anvil on their back. They can focus on getting healthy.
Any other bills or anything that you think really impact North Carolinians from this past year, and maybe kind of what they look like moving into 2026 as well?
I think one thing that was really positive working in partnership with the General Assembly is they gave us 64 more positions for the DMV. They authorized us to move more transactions online so folks didn't have to go to the office. And we've seen a dramatic reduction in wait times. So these are the kind of things where a lot of people, they don't deal with their state government very often, but when they need to renew their license, they do. And we don't want this to be a pain point in people's lives. We want it to be something where they can just take care of their business and go about their day, so it's not something that they think about. And we have a lot more work to do, but I'm really proud of where we're headed.
Yeah. And as we wrap up, anything you would like to tell maybe our viewers in Eastern North Carolina, a message to them?
Well, this is an incredible state. We have so much to be thankful for, and the holidays really affords us an opportunity to reflect and be grateful for things. I'm blessed to have the support of my wife Anna and our kids. They're tremendously important to me. But also, we can turn the page on this year and look towards 2026, and there is so much possibility for this state. We have so much going for us, and I am just eager to keep at this work so we can try to create the best life for the people of North Carolina.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks
I really appreciate you letting us come and have a little chat.
Thanks for visiting.